The following is the views of MC and Jester. If you don't like our views, don't listen to our podcast.
Welcome to Me Podcast. You listen with Jester and MC.
So this is Me Podcast. You listen. I am Jester, and I'm here with MC.
Hello, Jester. Welcome back for another fine episode.
In an undisclosed location he is. We don't know where he's at exactly. We just know that he
Barricaded in a bunker somewhere underground by a silo.
he has internet.
Apparently, I have good Wi-Fi in a silo.
And then one thing he did do is for Christmas, he gave me a toy. And I appreciate the toy. It made me smile and think about my childhood. And then part of it, he had to write, "Please don't let your brother get a hold of this so he won't chop it up with a machete."
That is very true, yes. And if for people who obviously don't know, because this hadn't been shared publicly at all yet, until not just now, that it was Destro, his favorite character from the 80s figures. So the Chrome Head himself reared his ugly head back into Jamie's life.
Yep.
Or Jester's life, I should say.
You know, fuck it. Okay, everybody knows my name by now. Everybody says my name on each podcast I record. It doesn't matter anymore. Fuck you all.
We can't call you
Coach
Jester.
This is Coach Jamie. So all you kids listening, yes, I have another life. So please, don't send me letters. But yeah, I did
Don't send him
appreciate
Destro. If you send him any figures, he already has Destro now.
I have. Well, unless you want to send me another Destro in like camouflage or something, or winterized Destro where he's wearing his winter outfit, or Destro during his retirement days when he's hanging out with the Baroness.
Destro's girlfriend. Yeah, they could send you the Baroness to hang out with Destro, so your toy's not lonely.
Baroness is in the bikini hanging out, and Destro's got his silver helmet, but the rest of him's just skin color. They're like, what the hell is wrong with Destro?
That is strange. He's got a big chrome head, but he makes a point to expose part of his chest with a low-cut V-neck that screams only styles of yesteryear. The high collar.
He's got the silver helmet, but who knows what he's got underneath those clothes, Destro. Only for the X-rated version of Destro.
He's wearing a medallion. I don't know what the hell type of 70s harken throwback he was doing back in the 80s when G.I. Joe came out, but certainly they were bringing sexy back with Destro, apparently.
He was wearing also like a red thing around his neck, kind of close to like a magician. He looks like a magician now that I look at him.
Yeah, it's a very strange design that they made, but he was an iconic design. Definitely anybody who followed G.I. Joe or collected G.I. Joe remembers him fondly because he was definitely one of the more unique characters in a bunch of army men. You had this chrome-headed masked man mixed in with the villains. The arms dealer, I never really paid much attention to his role. He always seemed like a, crony or advisor to Cobra Commander and stuff, but, he was a weapons master, so he was definitely what we would call an arms dealer in there in the 80s and today. So
why did he wear a silver helmet? Why did he have a silver on his head?
I don't know. Maybe they tried in the movie to say that his family, the lineage, they all had to wear masks because of shame or some stuff. But I would imagine in the G.I. Joe cartoon he would be wearing a mask so nobody knows who he really is. So there's always been those little secrets, like he's somebody prominent, doesn't want to be seen, and obviously if somebody attacks him, I would imagine that the chrome helmet is bulletproof, so he's not shot in the head while he's doing an arms deal. I would imagine.
I think about that, and maybe he just. I thought it was because his face was burnt or something, but I never understood. But his mouth moved, so it was like a silver helmet, but his mouth moved and he could kiss and everything else. But it never wasn't like the man with the iron mask. It was more like just a silver painted face.
Yeah, it was like a big pair of silver pantyhose over his head. that glistened in the sunlight.
He borrowed his grandma's pantyhose, and back in the day they were silver.
Spray painted him silver, and now he's an arms dealer. Nothing screams terror like a big pair of silver pantyhose over your head and hanging out with a bunch of snake men and Cobra.
Cobra, and then Cobra Commander gets to wear a hood, but Destro, you keep that helmet on. We don't want to see your face.
Yeah, Cobra Commander, I don't know what the deal was. Maybe he was afraid of being assassinated, so sometimes he had the big helmet with the faceplate, and then the other times he had the hood for his special speeches. Maybe he was thinking nobody was going to attack him during his speeches at the podium to his Cobra cronies, but apparently he
really liked Orko from Thundercats, and he wanted to look like Orko by wearing the mask.
Yeah, the He-Man Masters of the Universe Orko. Yeah.
Was it He-Man or Thundercats? No, it was He-Man, huh?
Thundercats was Snarf. You're thinking of, I think, the cat. Yeah. We're here with the special '80s throwback edition of Me Podcast. You listen.
Why have Snarf? What was the name? Some guy sitting around the table. They're like, Panthro, that's a cool name. Lionel, that's a cool name. Chitara, what are we going to call this guy? Snarf. Okay, you're fired. You're not here anymore. We're not calling this guy Snarf. Snarf sounds good. I think Snarf's an original name.
They really made him such a... Yeah, he was kind of like the scaredy cat. Yeah, he's definitely not going to be any help in any battle the Thundercats were having, since his name was Snarf, and all he did was hide, I think, throughout most of the episodes.
Snarf. And they even tried to dress him up. Remember? They tried to dress him up in, like, armor sometimes, and he was like, nah, not going to do it. I'm Snarf.
I think they should just have him. He should have just guarded the Panthro tank, or I forget the name of the Thundercats headquarters, but yeah, he should have just kept them guarding the control panel or something while they went out and did battle with Mumra and his legion of beasts.
One of the things I do remember about Thundercats was we laughed so hard. One time, Lionel was getting beat up and he was like laying on his back, and he grabbed the sword. He always went, Thundercats, 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 ho! And it would grow. The sword would grow. So if you could picture him laying on his back, and he's gripping the sword right where his dick is, and he's holding the sword, and he's going, Thundercats, and he's thrusting it up in the air, and it's growing. as he's doing it, it's growing, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And he's like, "Oh!" We couldn't stop laughing as a kid when we saw that. It was so funny.
Which episode was that?
I don't know. Dude, you gotta find it somehow. It still sticks in my head today, because it just, between that one and the stupid G.I. Joes, where after the whole show they would have some kind of learning moment, and these kids were swimming. They're like, I'm drowning. And his friends are just watching him from outside like, swim, dumbass, he's drowning, okay? He's not swimming. Someone help him. And then that G.I. Joe, I forget who the Aqua guy was, showed up. And he was like... Yeah,
the Deep Six showed up.
Yeah, he showed up and he's like, calm down, Jimmy.
He just happened to be hanging out in a pond underneath the kids. That wasn't creepy. That was...
Just in a
he
lake.
Just pops up out of nowhere, like he was just waiting for them to get in trouble. And
a
only
snorkel.
knows what he was doing down there. Yeah,
maybe he was looking for golf balls. That's what he was doing. That's his side job.
Probably good, because a lot of that times it looked like they were at the like a golf course pond, especially when they were on the ice, and the kid was playing on the ice, and Snow Job just happened to be slide up like he was skiing, cross country skiing at the same time these kids were playing on a pond.
Snow Job, that was his real name, Snow Job?
This is codename Snow Job, yeah.
Another guy getting fired at the table. All right, we got Duke, we got Snake Eyes. What do you want to call this guy? Snow Job. All right, get out of here. You're fired. What the fuck is the Snow Job?
Snow Job, Quick Kick.
Quick Kick was the ninja dude, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he was I believe he was the Japanese Bruce Lee. Yeah. Who else? They had Spirit, the Native American. That wasn't a bad name. They had some weird ones.
You're making me think about it now. I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah.
G.I.
Well, this is what I think. This is what you were thinking about before, talking about the Thundercat.
Is he laying on his back?
It's not laying on his back, but that is the audio of that. It sounded. I am gonna tell you that does sound like an orgasm.
But dude, he was laying on his back, and I know they were trying to give him the image like he's on his back and he grabs his sword to the side and he pulls it in front of him. But it was perfectly right where his groin was, and then he was doing that, going Thundercat, and he's stroking it up in the air, and it's growing, and it just as a kid, you're just like, holy crap. Well, here's some names. There was Dr. Mindbender. I don't remember that guy.
He was the guy with the monocle and the cape. He was just he was like a cheesy fan of the opera type character that wore a monocle, and he was an advisor. He was a scientist, I guess. Evil scientist of Cobra.
Here's other names. Submarine Sailor. Asian Monk.
Submarine Sailor.
Hazmat Nuclear. I remember Shipwreck, how he looked like totally like he looked like one of the village people. He had like the rolled up sleeves and I had
well,
him,
do you remember do you remember seeing, I mean, you're talking about the G.I. Joe PSAs. You have seen the infamous spoofs on those, right?
Yeah.
That they change everything around and make it really funny or creepy depending on your perspective of the stuff, yeah. Like Gung-Ho. Gung-Ho, they made just completely flamboyant, and with the tattoo and the vest, he looked like somebody out of the Village People, too.
Remember how you, like, Shipwreck had, like, a little parrot? It's a parrot. He had a parrot.
That's really useful when lasers are flying at you. You know, just have them get shot off your shoulder and sacrifice them.
Did you ever see the G.I. Joe cartoon movie?
I did. They took the realm of realism completely out of the whack with the Snake Men and stuff. They had Nemesis Enforcer, and Burgess Meredith, I think, was one of the voices of one of the older kind of Snake Men, who was like a big caterpillar Snake Man type of hybrid. Yeah, they turned Cobra Commander into a snake, apparently near about the halfway point of the movie, and in favor of Serpentor. And it is funny, the one little tidbit is when they brought the G.I. Joe back kind of with lesser animation and stuff a couple of years later, they flipped the script on it, and they had Cobra Commander turned back into kind of more of a humanoid. He was still kind of a snake man, but then he gets revenge on Serpentor by turning him into like some other type of snake or scorpion. I forget what they turned him into, but then he looked like a lizard man, and he puts this armor on, which was, coincided with the new Cobra Commander toy, and then immediately his face is human again inside of the little screen. So apparently that was a fake screen on his face and not really a window to his armor.
When it ruined it for me with G.I. Joe is when they brought in Sergeant Slaughter, and they started getting all wacky with characters, and then they had that Marine guy. Remember the Marine guy with the tattoo on his chest?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Gung-Ho.
Yeah, see, Gung-Ho should originally be he was like originally the Sergeant Slaughter, but then I'm looking at these pictures they have on the back of characters. Who was a dude wearing a green helmet and a baseball jersey or something? Do you remember that guy? That was like a bazooka.
Would have been Bazooka.
Was it Bazooka?
Yeah, that was his name, Bazooka. He had the military helmet, but yeah, he had like the jersey. The jersey was his shirt.
So I'm looking at the characters I had in here. Originally I had Destro. I also had Snake Eyes. I had the white ninja. What was that? A Storm.
Storm Shadow.
And then I had also, I did have Gung-Ho, and believe it or not, I did have Scarlet because my brother bought it for me for Christmas as a gift, and wrapped it in a tin can with duct tape, glued it shut, and then wrapped it in a huge box. Gave it to me. I thought it was a big present, and I kept opening it. Then I couldn't get it open in the can, and then I opened it up, and when I opened it all the way, it was a girl toy, and they laughed and made fun of me.
Huh.
There you go. There's some more trauma for you.